He's one of my all-time favorite guys, and I'm thrilled to have him join us now from Miami. Michael Irvin, are you with us now, sir?
Yes, I am, Susie. How are you, Susie? So good to hear your voice on that microphone over there.
Oh,
It
Michael.
Really
I wish you were in studio with me. Next time, can we arrange this so you actually sit with me as opposed to just sitting there calling me from your home area, please?
Yeah, absolutely. We shall arrange that next time. I would love to do that.
I plan on it. What were your observations from last night? Because, Michael, let's face it, I didn't think it was the most exciting game I've ever seen in my life. I kind of fell asleep during a couple of the quarters, but I'm a Patriots fan, and I have a little bit of a bias. But curious to hear what your thoughts were last night on the Dolphins and the Bills' performances.
You know what? I thought, first of all, they were two solid, great, pretty good defenses, and I thought we would see a defensive battle, but the offenses went up and down the field, just couldn't get in the end zone as much as you would like when they got in the red zone. But I thought that was a huge win for Miami and the win that Miami needed, because if Miami loses to Buffalo there, I thought it was an elimination game for them. So a big win, and they didn't let Buffalo sweep them 2 years in a row by coming away with that victory. So, yeah. If you're a Buffalo fan or somebody, maybe you didn't like that game, but I guarantee you those people in Miami, they loved it. They were off the chain in Miami.
You know, I know that Tannehill is changing. He had a different system last year. He's getting used to a new system. It was more West Coast last year. What do you see in the maturation process for him?
And I've always liked Tannehill since I saw him rookie year at the rookie symposium, you know. And I think when you watch this kid mature, you know, and starting to understand the game, I think he's going to be a very good player in today's game, because today's quarterback, they're not just throwing the football. They have to run the football. They have to be an athlete on the field, not just a quarterback on the field. And I really like Tannehill in his development.
Sammy Watkins, a slow night for him. Were you surprised by that?
A little surprised, but, you know, we talked about this, going up against Grimes for Miami, who's a very good corner. Now, as a receiver, this always bugged me. You get these one-on-one matchups, right? And everybody's talking about, well, Grimes beat Sammy Watkins, Watkins beat Grimes. My quarterback has to factor into the matchup for me. You know, a couple of times Watkins had Grimes, but Kyle Orton just missed the throw. He missed him wide open on a takeoff for a touchdown. You know, so that makes it tough. I guarantee you, when Sammy Watkins finds the quarterback that he's going to build a relationship with for the next 5 or 6 years, he's going to be a beast to stop. Very difficult.
You know, I heard Deion Sanders last night on your show on NFL Network. I heard him talking about the play calling last night. He was taking some of the blame off of Kyle Orton. But do you think Doug Marrone's going to go back and look now at E.J. Manuel and make a quarterback change?
And he's 3-3. The other E.J. was 2-2. Kyle Orton 3-3. I understand the move. If you're saying, Cal, you're going to teach this young guy something within the game. Now, the whole issue is, how do you go back to EJ without sending a message to the rest of the team that maybe this season is all lost? And I think that's a hard place for Buffalo, because they got a lot of talent on that defense, and they got some talent on that offense. They just got to find that quarterback. And I don't think Kyle Orton is it.
The Hall of Fame playmaker Michael Irvin joining us, of course, on the Rich Eisen Show. And Des Bryant, your boy in Dallas, who wears your number, is making a lot of noise right now, talking about respect. I want to roll in a little bit of sound, then have you react to that, please. Guys, roll that sound.
It's all about respect. It's all about respect. You know, I am a very loyal person, but, you know, just don't test my loyalty. I love this game, and I would be selfish.
You know, Michael, I think about that, and I listen to Des. I think about all of the contracts that you went through with Jerry Jones. What's your reaction to hearing him talk about loyalty? He said it's not about the money; it's about being treated well.
You know, whenever we get in a contract situation, people expect this to go smoothly, and then they never do. They never do. You're talking about there are a lot of things men are going to talk about. Oh, it's about treating me with respect. It's about dignity. It's about honor. No, it's just about business. That's all it's about. It's only about business. All the other stuff are the residuals that come out as you talk. There has been loyalty, I thought, on both sides. I mean, most people were trying to tell Jerry and everybody else to get rid of Dez, and they didn't listen to that. And they said, don't drive Dez, and they certainly didn't listen to that. But right now, what Dez and the Cowboys are in, they're in negotiations.
Right.
And this is how negotiation goes, people. If you're not a quarterback, this is how negotiations are going to go. Emmitt Smith had to miss 2 games to get what he thought was justified. And that's just what it is. If you're not a quarterback, understand this, you're going through this process. Don't let it get you emotionally a wreck. Just take the process. Keep playing on the football field. What you're saying out of your mouth doesn't change a thing. How you play on that field will. That's all I'm saying.
And I think Jerry Jones, almost more than any other owner, listens to the players. He treats each player individually, regardless of what is happening on and off the field. What was it like for you when you were negotiating with him? What's it like to be in the seat, Michael Irvin, that Des Bryant is sitting in right now?
And I've been in that seat, and I've gone back and forth with Jerry, and I've sat in on all of my negotiations, Susie. I tell you, man, I can't. Let me tell you something. I sat in on that first negotiation coming right out of college. I was the brokest man in the world. And I'm sitting here with my agent and Jerry, and the first offer he throws out with millions of dollars on it, I'm tapping my agent like, take that. What do you mean, take that? He's like, Michael, calm down. You don't need to be in this room right now. I wasn't worthy. I wasn't ready to be in that room because I was taking anything and everything. He was saying, just calm down. We'll get it done. And then one time when I was asking Jerry during my contract negotiations, I said, I want to be the highest paid guy, and we got in it pretty good. We got into it to talking about, all right, well, if we can't do that, where are you thinking, where else would you want to go and play? And so, Jerry, I thought he was just calling my bluff. I said, I don't care, Jerry. Send me to Cincinnati. I'll turn Cincinnati into a champion. Just make a trade for Carl Pickens. And, he was like, okay, Michael, let me check on that. But then what he came back and said to me was, Michael, this is the way I see it. And I'll never forget these comments. He said, Michael, when I look at you, I think about Magic Johnson and the Lakers. What is Magic without the Lakers? What are the Lakers without Magic Johnson? And I think about Michael Irvin and the Dallas Cowboys the same way. The best way I can tell you, Michael, if a bomb hits Valley Ranch, that's our practice facility where the Cowboys practice. If a bomb hit Valley Ranch today and blew everything up, everything got blown up. When the smoke clears, you and me, baby, we going to still be here. So let's just work this deal out. That's what he's going to. I would imagine he does the same thing with this. I had to learn that a bunch of talk will be talked during contracts negotiation, but in the end, it'll get done. And that's all. All I can control is what's on the football field, and everything else will take care of itself. And that's the advice I give Des.
That's the great advice to give to Des, the kid who wears your number. Michael Irvin, the Hall of Fame playmaker, with us on the Rich Eisen Show. And DeMarco Murray, also going to be a free agent. If you were the GM and you had to pick one or the other, who would it be?
Oh, this is a passing league, but it's a passing league that never wins without a good running game. That would be a hard pick to try to take one or the other. I would love to get them both. But if you're asking me, because I already got $100 million in my quarterback, I don't want to put $100 million in my quarterback and not have anyone for him to throw to. I would call that some lost money. So I'm going to go with the receiver over the running back, and of course I will go with the receiver over the running back.
Of course you would. I would expect nothing less. Now let me take it a step further, though, because come on, I know you. I love how you love Des. You and Deion have been very protective of him, and I think that's been appreciated by him and the like. As for DeMarco Murray, should he go, do you perchance see maybe Adrian Peterson taking his place in Dallas?
Yeah, I've heard about this, man. I don't know what we keep getting about Adrian Peterson taking DeMarco's place in Dallas. Right now, DeMarco and Adrian, they know each other well from college. But I just don't see how all of that is going to, how all of that will work out. Now, don't fool yourself now.
I think Jerry's kind of mentioned him, or been.
Yeah,
playing.
I'm sure Jerry's mentioning him.
I'm sure he has.
I'm sure Jerry negotiating too with DeMarco at the same time he's negotiating with Diaz. So I'm sure that those things have lingered out there. But, boy, I just don't know about how would you let Adrian Peterson get away, even if you're Minnesota, with all this going on, everything. Adrian Peterson is still the best running back in this league, I think.
Mm-hmm. And then you could always save the money. You could always save the money and see what happens with Joseph Randall or Lance Dunbar. You could pan that out, but I don't think that's Dallas' style. Michael, you are Dallas' style. Thank you so much for joining us. Next time, will you please come sit with me?
I will, baby. I love you guys, man. Thank you so much, Susie, for having me on as you do your thing, Susie.
Oh, it's nice to be back in the chair. It's nice to be back to the old me, I got to tell you, but you understand that more than anybody else. Michael Irvin, thank you so much for your time. Hope your family's great. Everything good in South Florida? Staying around for the little U game this weekend?
Well, no, my son plays Saturday, so I'll watch. My nephew played today, Tim Irvin, who's a bad man.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll watch him play, and I'll get on a plane and go and watch my son play, and then get to L.A. so we can do what we do on Sundays.
What you do so well. Thank you, Michael. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Thank you, man.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.